Hey everybody, this is Mr. Skull coming at you. So today we started off just kind of by reviewing what we worked on last week. Keep in mind what we worked on last week. We focused on our Punnett squares, and we focused on looking at what are the outcomes, the probabilities that a plant, animal, human will have certain genetic inherited traits. So we went back and we were looking at our example of the Punnett squares as purple flowers to white flowers. In this example, we have the dominant trait being purple flowers with an uppercase F, and the recessive trait being white flowers with a lowercase f. Keep in mind, all we got to do for this is drag and drop to fill out the Punnett square. No matter where you're at, you just drag over the one from the side and drop the one from the top. So if you look at this one, in this box we'll have a capital F and a lowercase f. If you drag this over, capital F, drop this down, lowercase f. Drag it over, capital F, drop it down, lowercase f. Drag capital F, and of course, drop the lowercase f. And when we are looking at each of these Punnett squares, you'll notice there are 4 sections. Each section represents 1/4, which is 25% of the total. So if we're looking at this, keep in mind, if there's a capital F in any of the boxes, that dominant trait will take over because it's stronger than the recessive. So there's a capital F in any of the boxes. It means that one will have a purple flower. So if we're looking at our boxes, we have one capital F, another capital F, another capital F, and another capital F. So 4 out of our 4 boxes have capital Fs in them, meaning 4 out of 4, or 100%, will have or be born with purple flowers. And if we scroll down to our example down here for Mendel's, just another refresher, if we look at this one, we drag, drop, capital L, drag, capital L, drop, lowercase, drag over. Remember, we want to keep the capital letter first. And then our last box will have little l, little l. And if we're doing the math on this one, that means that we will have a 75% chance that the offspring will be tall, and a 25% chance that the offspring will be short. All right. Then today we went in, we started our brain functions. So we started off looking at the brain structure and function, because that's what we're going to be investigating. We examined our learning target, our overall standard, which is gather and synthesize information that sensory receptors respond to stimulus by sending messages to the brain for immediate behavior or storage as memories. And we broke that down. The blue part, remember, is our science and engineering practice, and that's our gathering and synthesizing information. Our core idea is all about sensory receptors, the brain for immediate behaviors, and storage as memories. And our cross-cutting concept is response to stimuli. So that one is kind of a cause and effect. This is the cause, and this is the effect of that. Then we went in, we had a couple of questions we just had open floor about what are some questions we have about the brain. We had some really good questions, such as how does Alzheimer's work? How does your brain know to respond to pain quickly? Like we talked about a hot stove as ours, because the first time you put your hand on a hot stove, you are going to burn it, and your brain's going to remember that, like hot, burn. So it is going to send that receptor really fast through your body every time that you put like your hand on a stove. So it's going to go hot, and your hand's going to immediately flinch away, instead of the first time where it was a kind of slow response and you ended up burning your hand. All right. And that's where we ended for today. As far as the lesson, we did take a Google form. This is a test that will go in the grade book. Like I told them in class, you're going to want a whiteboard or sheet of paper to go through and examine so you can write down the Punnett squares. Feel free to use the notes on Classroom This will be put out today after every class is over. I don't want to put it out during the middle of the day because I don't want people getting on and taking it before we do the review in class. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.